BitConnect. Hello everyone. Extreme stream on a very impressive Tuesday, 17th of July. A day that will live in infamy as Bitcoin popped today. Wait for some guys to get in chat. All right, got a couple people in here. Wadha, Stonger, Kevin making money today. Yeah, this is the first day to make money on the long side in quite a long time. Ah, Puramahoy, how you doing, A-Lag? You're very welcome. I really got to say thank you for keeping on me about that. Sometimes sometimes things slip past me. There's a lot going on. I do got to say, working from home and having two children and kind of playing stay-at-home dad, really don't have a lot of time to do all the things you want to do, even when you think you have the time to do them. That's all I got to say. Hence my streaming at 9:30 at night. I would like to get this out 2 or 3 hours ago, but, wife coming home late from work, and I got to give her a break, and kids are going swimming, so I got to go watch them swim. Fun stuff, but a lot of stuff to do. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me here today. Smash the like button. I'm going to talk about nothing except for BitConnect until I get 100 likes. All right, so let's go ahead and check out that BitConnect chart. We've been looking for that to go up ever since it caved. So let's go check that out. I'm sure this had a nice big pop with Bitcoin. What is this, up 27%? BitConnect up about 6%. You can see it's coming off of an extreme low. Well off the low of $4 million market cap. What's up, Ted? Ted coming in with the super chat. Thanks, Ted. Always appreciated. See, we've been talking about BitConnect here at Real Crypto for a long time, guys. It's 42 cents. It's a steal. The market cap was once like $2 billion. Now at $5 million. That's at least a 20,000% move right there. So get all the BitConnect you can buy, guys. Do we got 100 likes yet? I really don't want to talk about BitConnect anymore. I don't know how many likes we have. It doesn't show me on my screen, so I have no idea how many likes. I guess I still have to talk about BitConnect. All right, guys. I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's get some people in here. BitConnect should have 70 likes. 71 likes now, absolutely. Tom with a $5 super chat from Australia, I think. Thank you very much, Tom. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. Only 19 likes? You guys really want to hear about BitConnect. All right, so what does the future hold for BitConnect? Well, if we look at the 3-month chart, we see we're starting to break a little bit of the downtrend here. The volume isn't very aggressive, so I would probably anticipate a pullback at some point in time, maybe as we hit this 60-cent level. So 28 likes now. Okay, that's good. What's up, Casey? I love it when the Power Hour people are here today. It's always nice to see a friendly face. Mexican Charlie Lee, what's up? Is this a trap? Mexican Charlie Lee, it's all a trap, my friend. It is all a trap. This whole thing's a trap. Life's a trap. The stock market's a trap. My wife is a trap, that's for sure. She sure as hell trapped me. Where do you buy BitConnect? Initially I was thinking here at 200 would be a good pop because, here at Real Crypto, we like to talk about catching the bottom. We like to catch falling knives. We tried to catch it here at 300. That didn't work out. So we tried to catch it at 200. That didn't work out. We tried to catch BitConnect at 150 in the Power Hour. That didn't work out. We tried to catch it at 1. So all you bottom buyers here at BitConnect, you guys have had a field day with BitConnect. So BitConnect. All right. Better have 100 likes by now. We got 93 people. I'm sure half of you left for me talking about BitConnect for the past 3 minutes. So, all right. Anyway, enough with the fun stuff. Let's get to the boring Bitcoin crap. The boring Bitcoin stuff. Let's go talk about that. Mario from Mexico, how you doing? Nice to see Mexico being represented. Ooh, tulips about to break out, says Bass Clef. That's very important, guys. Go get your tulips at Home Depot. Tom Bradley again. Don't know what happened, but here it is again. Thanks, Tom. Always appreciate that, buddy. Did you notice the massive daily potential bear flag? In BitConnect, absolutely. You know, we've been talking about this bear flag in BitConnect. It's really going to break down. If you do the measured move from the bear flag, you go from 400 to 0. We're probably going to negative $400 in a measured move in BitConnect. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what a measured move is by now. So you know, we're just gonna wait for that to move. You know, I'm still holding my short from BitConnect. Anyway, oh, Ted and Tom super chat fighting here. I won't argue too much with that. So we got 100 likes yet, guys. BitConnect, having fun with it, but I can only do that for so long unless you really want to hear some extraordinarily obscure humor. That probably isn't very funny in the end. Probably just wouldn't be very funny. You don't understand the BitConnect comedy. Neither does anyone else, Kevin. That's the whole point. So if you haven't liked the video yet, like the video. No, BitConnect is funny. You really not understand, Kevin? BitConnect was, if you don't remember BitConnect, I'm going to give you the 1-minute synopsis. This was a pyramid scheme. You would lend your Bitcoin to BitConnect. They would give you BitConnect in return. You would have a 100% like per month or per year increase. I forget what it was. And we all eventually knew it would collapse, and it collapsed right there. Unfortunately, a lot of people actually really did get hurt in BitConnect. It's really a sad story, but it's fun to talk about now that hopefully those people are gone or something like that. But anyway, let's get to some Bitcoin, guys. We had Bitcoin really rocket up. I did want to do a live stream earlier, but you know, with the kids and everything, and I had to go have a meeting at 11 right when it was rocketing up, and I had to leave. But I had my position, so it was okay. I did want to go live, and here I am basically 10 hours later finally getting that opportunity. So there you go. Not really General Ivan, don't think so. Don't think my stream is frozen. Let me double check. No, I appear to be good. All right, good with the stream. So what do you guys think about Bitcoin here? Do you guys think we're continuing rally? It looks like yeah, it looks like good volume there. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw my video I just posted a little bit ago, especially if you're jumping on this. Usually most of my subscribers jump on these. I don't see too many people I'll get BitConnect pumping. I guess I should have bought before then, huh? I guess I should have bought before. So, yeah, Bitcoin rallying here. Volume was really good yesterday. This is the daily chart. Let's kind of take a step back here, see what's what in terms of volume. So like we said, the volume here was pretty good. Nothing life-changing. Overall, I do kind of think we're going to go up to this 8,000 level, maybe something closer to, you know, 7,800, 7,600, something like that. So we'll kind of have to wait and see how that plays out. But going down to the 2-hour chart, we did start rallying a little bit here, a little bit ago. See the high volume candle right there. A little bit of topping action, but so far not really selling off. The seller's still not really entering the market quite yet. If you guys remember, my real crypto, real quick, real update, I think is what I called it. I like that. For some reason, you put real in front of things. I like it. But we got the real crypto, real quick, real update. I mentioned you're not going to have a pullback in Bitcoin. I didn't expect it to rally immediately, but I kind of had a feeling it would get going today, so I did put that video out there real quick. Unfortunately, it pumped as I posted the video, and then I looked back and it was up almost at 7,000. I'm like, holy crap. And then it continued rallying, still with no pullbacks. We're still in a no pullback environment. I would probably anticipate, you know, this kind of a trend line maybe. It's really hard to draw a trend line right now because there's not a lot of information. There's no lows. But if you look at this particular level right here, we didn't have a lot of lows to go off of either. And if you did try to extrapolate like that, you would have obviously noticed that it crossed the trend line. So really difficult to do a lot of good analysis in these situations when Bitcoin is rallying really hard. And like I said in that previous video, you kind of just have to get in. The problem up here, and I also noticed this in the video. No stream, Ted? I'll stop for Ted. Ted's always, yeah, I'll stop for Ted here. Yeah, try restarting your browser or something. Is that you, Vlad, or is that a different Vlad? Is that Vlad? Where's Vlad been lately? All good here, so... Okay, yeah, just reopen the video, I guess. Alright. Get back in here, Ted. I don't want you missing anything. Oh, sorry guys, took a water break, went down the wrong pipe. Vlad77, I've got a Vlad in my Slack chat room that's been with us for, I don't know, forever. I was just curious if it was you and you changed your icon or something. All good. Whoa, sorry about that. But yeah, so Bitcoin really not, really not giving us any pullbacks, and looks like much of the same. Had another nice little high volume bar here. Definitely probably going to be a little bit of selling in there. Okay, that's all buying. A little bit of selling there, but decreased. Nothing unhealthy about this move whatsoever. So I'm still holding my long positions. I'm not going to arbitrarily short it until I see some very clear signs of a reversal. I don't see any of that yet. This is essentially just it's curling up is what it's doing. It's called scalloping, technically, is what it's called. Not super well defined scallops, but there are scallops nonetheless. You got a scallop here, mini scallop, and then it kind of had a really long cup with a handle, and then it proceeded just to break up. I mean, it was really, I did not expect it to break up that fast. It did it much faster than I thought it was going to do. I thought it could do that, but I wasn't putting money on it that it was going to do that. So, but like I said, you're not going to get a lot of pullbacks. This probably being one of the few pullbacks you're going to get, to be quite frank with you. So, in terms of whether you should buy BTC, so here's the case for that. I'm going to give you the good and the bad, guys. There's no super easy way to trade a market. You have to have, good principles. You have to have good strategies, good discipline, good stop losses. There's a lot you have to do correct to make money. And one of the things probably the best thing you can do, there's two parts to the trade, guys. There's the enter and there is the exit, okay? The first thing you can do is have a good entry. That's why we discussed in the Power Hour, and I even mentioned it on my public videos, 6,400, guys. 6,400 was the best entry. And for those of you that missed it, you had 6,600, 65 to 6,600, and even all the way up through here, you could have got involved. At this particular level, what we're running into is this situation. We're running into a potential exit point, which is this line right here. I'm pretty sure most of you know what an inverted head and shoulders is. I think everyone and their mother at this particular point in time is aware of this particular pattern. If you're not familiar, I'll break it down for you. An inverted head and shoulders pattern is a reversal pattern. You have a low, a lower low, meaning the trend of lows is still intact. Then you have a higher low, meaning that the trend of lows has been reversed. Now, and this goes back 100 years, guys. All this stuff goes back a very, very long time. These chart patterns do. Upon the reversal, you have something called a neckline, which is what this line is here. This basically implies the line in the sand where the instrument by I mean like tradable asset, whatever it is. It could be gold, could be a stock, could be a car, could be a Beanie Baby, could be anything. Where it bounces up, test the resistance point, fails, comes up, test it again, and fails again. Now this line could even be skewed. In this situation, it's not. But if we look at a prior high up here, there was an inverted head and shoulders right here. Here's another one with a sloped line. So I do kind of want to show you a little bit that they don't all have to be square. I've heard people say it's invalid if it's a square or your neckline has to be square. It does not. Necklines can be sloped, perfectly valid, such as here. Here's the middle points between the shoulders. Here's the middle points between these shoulders. Draw a straight line. Pretty easy once you kind of do it once or twice. Now from there you can actually ascertain a target from an inverted head and shoulders pattern. It's one of the few that do give you very well definitive targets. What you do is you draw a point from the head to that neckline that I talked about, and that's why this line is important. So you draw this line and then you move it to where it breaks up, and that gives you your target. Okay, now it doesn't mean you have to sell it there. It doesn't mean that it can't continue. It doesn't even mean it's going to get all the way to the line. It's just a target, something for you to kind of a goal, if you will. The problem is right here we have about 40% of this move left, maybe 45% of this move left, and we're right in the middle of this target bar. So we've already had a big leg up, and there's not much more left to go. And like I said, we don't even have to hit it. We don't even have to get up here, up to the 8,000, 7,800 level. We can fail. We have a trend line right here that we can fail on. This would be this would not be unheard of by any stretch of the imagination. There's another level a little bit below that where we broke down right here at about the 7,600 level. You see we've already paused there a little bit. Even this prior high a little bit earlier today, you could call that a test. This is a definite test of that level. Failing a little bit on higher volume isn't super bullish, but like I said, none of this is bearish action up here. Not yet. It could get that way, but we're not quite there yet. So we're kind of, coming up against many points of resistance. We're coming up against many points of resistance. I can't fault you if you want to take profits up in these levels. I don't think it's quite warranted yet, but I can't fault you if you want to take profits up here. As far as getting in, you're going to have a stop point that is going to be an arbitrary stop. It's not going to be one based off of a good technical point. All right, and having an arbitrary stop is usually a bad thing because it's based off of emotion and feeling and fear of loss. In other words, if Bitcoin's here and it drops 3% on you, that may feel bad to you. It may feel bad, losing $225 on Bitcoin may not feel good. So you may arbitrarily exit the position when there may be a normal pullback and it could just reverse on you. So, really having a good stopping point is pretty crucial in the markets, and when you buy high like this, you don't have a very good stop. So you either have to be willing to suffer a lot of swinging in the market, a lot of swings in the market, or just really hawk the chart and then really understand price action and are able to buy it as sell it as it goes lower, if it goes lower. So, but again, Bitcoin is one of those, when it runs and acts very healthy, and this is all healthy action so far, it doesn't pull back. So it's a real one of those situations where sometimes FOMOing can be good. Most times it's not, but like anything in trading, nothing's for certain. So let's do this real quick. Let's go back earlier in 2017, and just to kind of prove my point here. So you have an example here. Here's a good example. We come out of lows. Here. We stop at 5,000, go down to 3,000. Happen to have a video or 6 on that particular situation. Excuse me. And then we pop up, and then we have one base right here, one little throwback, and then it's off to the races, really. And you don't get any good time to buy until this throwback up here. So this entire run here, you really never got up. You had a minor pullback here you could have gone in on, a minor pullback there, but you really had, it was quite a long time, 23%. It didn't even start dropping until it was up 40%. So now granted, this was an extreme bull market. This was in the middle of the bull run. This is a different market than we have today. I'm not saying it's going to go up 25%. I'm simply using the example that Bitcoin can run and does so often without major pullbacks. And then you do get a major pullback and most people are too scared to buy. But it does have these runs where it really doesn't pull back too much. You may see this consolidation and think it's failing or not want to get involved, but then it just started to rally. And then you went into the parabolic run, which is an overall extreme example. But Bitcoin is ripe with these situations where if you failed to act in the lower levels, it was very difficult to get involved. Here's another situation as we crossed 3,000 for the first time here, where we really ran, again, very minor pullbacks here, and then it was straight up until you had another base here and a couple of fuddish actions, and then it started to actually have a big base again. So, in time, Bitcoin will come back and retest most levels. If you go throughout its history, there's really only 2 points where it doesn't cross a level. One of them is here, right when it crossed that threshold of the prior high. There's a little gap right here that it never retested. You see that low right there, but this level here never got retested. This little point here ever. And then there's another one like further down here, I believe. So very few times does Bitcoin not retest its level, but it sucks in the intermediate time frame, because the breakout between here and here was a month. So you're kind of waiting a month before it retests levels, and it's really hard to get back in. Really hard to get back in. And personally, to be honest with you, I don't believe this is the bottom to get back in. It is very good for a run. I am involved, and I will anticipate this making some minor highs here for the foreseeable future, which, like I said, is only for a couple of days. But if we get some topping action, I will be selling. If we don't get topping action and volume is heavier, so we have what? Let's go to UTC time. It's only 5 hours into UTC time, and we have very high volume already. If this volume can maintain high levels and we can start going higher, we may actually blow straight through this 8,000 level. When we crossed 6,400 here, I almost put a video out last night. Sometimes I make videos, guys, and I don't post them. For some reason, I don't feel good about them. I think the ending sucked. I never edit my videos. They're always just straight off the cuff. So sometimes I make them 2 and 3 times, but I wish I would have posted that video because, number one, I forget some of the things I say, and I don't repeat them. I'm like, oh, that was good. I should have said that again. One of the things for being a real crypto trader doing this and not just a guy trying to shill for YouTube views is that sometimes my videos aren't always as professional as they could be. But one thing I was saying, now that I kind of forgot, damn it, what was my point? I kind of forgot my point a little bit. It was something about, I completely forgot my point. That sucks. It was a good point. It was a really good point. I'm going to have to go watch my video. I have to go watch my video. So, but anyway, so if Bitcoin, if the volume can stay healthy as we go, oh, this is what I said. I remember what I said now. What I said was that if this was the reaction that we got, let's go back to the daily chart. This is what I said. If this was the reaction we got over 4,600, or I'm sorry, 6,400 on, kind of lackluster volume. Now this is a daily chart, but imagine the reaction we're going to get over 6,850 if the volume is more explosive, as it should be, because this is not a major trendline break. This is a major trendline break. This was the level to look for. This was an early entry point down here that for me confirmed just the shoulder. Didn't confirm the pattern that it was going to work out, but it just confirmed the shoulder. So going over 6,850, we should have much more explosive volume. And if this is what we get with a non-explosive level, the explosion here should be huge, and we may get a real big run up into 8,000 very quick. And we're starting to see a little bit of that. If this can maintain the high volume levels, we may get right up here to 8,000. The question is, does the volume just cease and stop? Or do we somehow form a bullish continuation pattern and continue? Because I think you can anticipate the rally stopping somewhere between $7,600 and $7,800, $7,900, something like that. Reason being is there's still a lot of distribution up here. This is where the high volume candle stepped in. You see that huge high volume candle coming out of a low volume situation. That's where this stepped in. So this could be a little lower, which looks like we've already touched that level. I'll zoom in for you so you can see the wick. I think sometimes the view on the other side of the screen grabber isn't quite as good as mine. Anyway, so that's kind of what I'm thinking right there, is that we're going to kind of pause up here. And you really want to see what the volume is going to do. This isn't a situation, if you guys have followed me or watched, more than 5 or 6 of my videos, then you kind of understand that I really wait for the market to paint a picture for me. I tend not to forecast that much now. Yes, I recently did do a video calling that I think 98% we're going to go to 5,000. Hasn't worked out well so far. I can't win them all. Sorry about that, but is what it is, you know. But we were right on top of the inverted head and shoulders. But anyway, that was a little bit of forecasting, and usually when I get super on a chart like that and start to feel really good about things going lower, it's kind of when they reverse. There's a little bit of that went on in that particular 5,000 situation. But the whole point of that was that you shouldn't forecast. The whole point of that is you shouldn't forecast. Anytime I have forecasted and ignored my neutral bias and try to either sound like I know what I'm talking about, because I'm guilty of that like anyone else, guys. I really try to stay neutral, but sometimes I get a little overconfident and it shows, and it shows occasionally. But if you really listen to the analysis and just, look, if you're going to watch one of my videos, and only pick out the parts where I'm faulty, because guys, I'm human. I'm just a person. I'm just a person. And Gertup is right, because you don't know. You know, I don't know. I absolutely don't know. The market can tell a story. The market paints a picture. And if you know how to read that, you can do pretty good. Okay, you can do pretty good if you paint that picture. But no one does know for sure. So you need more information. After a move like this occurs, the main point of this Randy rant is that after a move like this occurs, now we have confirmation that the head and shoulders is working. Now we wait to see what happens up here at the next resistance level. That's why I've kind of adopted the new slogan, one leg at a time, while keeping the market cycle in mind, because you can kind of anticipate where the next leg is headed. And notice my phrasing there. You can kind of anticipate, meaning not for certain, the next leg where the market is headed. But once that leg plays itself out, this is not really valid anymore, and you just have to take the next price action and see what it shows you. So sometimes I get a little bullish or a little bearish, and I kind of go in one direction too far. Guys, it happens. I'm sorry. I mean, yes, it's on here for you to see and for you to make fun of me in the comments and unsubscribe, and people call me idiots and stuff. You know what? If you expect everyone to be perfect, yeah, go be a woodworker and work within 30 seconds of an inch tolerances. Don't trade a chart. Charts are not tradable in that particular fashion. So it's a difficult thing to do. But in these situations, you need more information. I don't think you forecast that we're bullish or bearish from here. You kind of let it play out. And I believe that in time, as you have more and more signals play out, you know, pretty much like the bear market. If you guys remember, you know, I had a comment on one of my YouTube videos, says he's followed me since the crash video, and I think he was referring to this video. He said December. I don't remember a crash video I did in December. I mean, I could have done one of these. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think he meant this one. And he said he's been watching ever since. And the whole point of that is that once all these things unfold and it starts to paint the picture and the picture becomes reality, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you do a sketch, like if you look at the way Leonardo, if I'm wrong, please forgive me here, but some artist, and I think it was Leonardo da Vinci, he drew an oval for the face. Then he drew a cross for the eyes, and then he drew a circle for the nose, and he would start to fill in the picture and eventually would start to look like something. Well, the chart's kind of like that, you know? We talked about the inverted head and shoulders, you know, well before, talked about the inverted head and shoulders, like up here, like we could get an inverted head and shoulders. This was me kind of thinking about the circle, and then as we started getting lower, said, you know, I didn't post the video, but I was going to say I wanted a range between 6,400 and 6,100. We went below that a little bit, and I'm not saying I know what I'm talking about, but I'm just, you know, you can kind of start to see the picture a little bit. Then it starts to unfold. We talk about 6,400, 6,850. Now the picture is basically painted. The picture is basically painted. We're kind of coloring in the shadows up here, and we have to see what's next. You know, this picture's been painted. What's the next picture? And if you take a look at the big picture, like I said in the video, we still have a series of lower highs. Nothing has truly been broken to the upside here. The trend is overall still bearish. So we have to figure out what's next. And like Carter here saying, you know, 24 to 36, LOL, no, dude, not happening. That is an opinion, Carter. You have no idea if it's not going to happen. In the same way, that I don't know that it will happen. Okay, I'm not saying I know better. I'm simply saying that you can't extrapolate any possibility from the market. You absolutely can't. You can have expectations, you can have theories, but in the end, something's going to happen. And it doesn't mean that, you come back here and call me an idiot because I got it wrong, or I come back here an idiot and call it wrong because you got it wrong. It's not like that. Really, what the market, really what this is just, it is what it is, guys, and you have to go with it. The market isn't here to appease us. The market is not here to appease us. The market is what it is, and we just have to accept the reality. We just have to accept the reality. Now, with that being said, by understanding what markets have done historically throughout the previous 100+ years of market history, the many different asset classes, we've got, futures, commodities, forex, equities, probably many more than I'm not even thinking about. And within those, there's subsets of things. Each have had huge parabolic moves. Each have had huge bear markets. And most of them end the same way. Okay? Pretty much all of... what's up, Carter Thomas? How you doing? Pretty much all of the big parabolic moves in Bitcoin, which this was a big parabolic move, guys. We are still under the shadow of this. Don't get it twisted. Whoops, hit the wrong button there. We are still under this shadow. There's absolutely no doubt about that in my mind. We're under the shadow of this parabolic move. Okay, it's basic human psychology, extraordinarily basic human psychology. And if you understand the psychology of these markets, then we're not necessarily. Oh, that is Carter Thomas. Anyway, when you understand the psychology, you still understand that we're under threat here. Okay, that this is not generally how a bottom transpires. That being said, again, keep in mind, guys, I don't know everything. I never claim to. Never claim to know everything. That being said, this is a really nice bottoming pattern. I love it. I love this bottoming pattern. We've been talking about it for a while now, going back, almost actually over a week. Wow. We've been talking about it over a week. And it's a good bottoming pattern. So I'm going to go with it until the market tells me it's going to sell off. And then I'm probably going to liquidate that position. But I would anticipate a sell-off. I can't say where it's going to be, but that kind of looks like what's coming up here. So anyway, a lot of people are going to be super bullish. A lot of people are going to be super bearish. I tend to lean one direction or the other, but I tend to be super neutral. And generally. All right. So I've been really talking for a long time about whatever the heck I felt like doing. Let's answer some questions and see if I can get yelled at from some people. That would be fun. Got a lot of questions here. I'm going to kind of breeze through some of them. What's up, Sratra? How you doing? Everyone say hi to Sratra. Hello, Sratra. Everyone is always wrong, but at least he has some good points. That's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for. And Gerdip was right. You and Tone are always wrong. Well, I will argue the always wrong. I will argue the always wrong. I do forecast from time to time. My win rate on my forecast videos is pretty good. You can go back and I have a price forecasting playlist. You can just look at the titles and go check out the charts yourself if you want to do that real quick. I'm not perfect, but I do a pretty good job. When something's blatantly obvious on a chart, I point it out. That's pretty much all I do. When it's blatantly obvious on a chart, I point it out. Sometimes the chart doesn't work out. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. It just means the chart didn't work out. All right. Kind of overbought RSI levels since December 22nd. Don't think so, but RSI looks a little different real time and after the fact. RSI is a secondary indicator. RSI can be a pretty good indication of a change in direction, but it is second to price action, so you kind of have to view it from that perspective. All right, water break. I'm going to read a few questions here, ladies and gentlemen. Dark Flame, you've made me money. Don't apologize to these nerds. Well, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate that. I'm glad you could profit off of some of my videos. That's dope. That's awesome. I love that. That's fantastic. If you like that, Dark Flame, you should join the Power Hour. There you go. Pump my power hour. If you guys don't know, I'm sure most of you do, but I guess I'll talk about it for 2 seconds. Every single day for about an hour to an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours occasionally. We talk about the markets every single day. We talked about this whole setup for a few days now about strategies, in and out, stops, all kinds of stuff. So if you do like my content, it is $50 a month for the power hour, but 7 days a week, it's like $1 an hour. And pretty much any question you ask, I answer. And so does the community. And they'll call me out if I'm talking weirdness or whatever. And it's a good time. So yeah, guys, feel free to check that out if you don't know about that. But thanks, Dark Flame. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you were able to make some cashola. That's what this whole thing's about, profit. Khan's got a good point. Expect 50% correct, 50% incorrect. The goal is to make more on the correct calls than lose on incorrect calls. Peter Brandt. Absolutely, and for someone that blocked me on Twitter, I agree with Peter Brandt. There's people out there, guys, that have 30% winning calls that are extraordinarily profitable. It really just depends on your money management. I mean, trading is a lot money management more than it is chart reading. I thought you were right with the inverted head and shoulders. It was just a little delayed, but once that happened, I thought a reversal was possible. Good call. Thank you. You're a good man. Don't listen to the haters. Thank you very much. All right, let's see what we got here. .com, I remember that crash video I was watching at the hospital. It was when Bitcoin went from 18 or 17 to 14K. Yeah, that was 18 or 17 to 14K. In December? It was one of these videos. Okay, I don't remember that one. I remember this one, mainly because I had to leave in the middle. Oh no, that was 6,000. I had to leave in the middle when my kid went to the hospital. Right, my kid went to the hospital at the bottom of Bitcoin here. I had a position and I closed it out because I didn't know what the F was going to happen. And if I would have held that, I'd have been in a good spot. But yeah, I should have just held that position, but I closed it out anyway. Yeah, some of these live streams, guys, have been pretty good. If you guys want to see some really awesome bottoming action, watch, go search on my channel. 12-22 is in the date, December 22nd. And watch that video. I've got timestamps in the description. It's a 4-hour video. You don't have to watch the whole thing. There's timestamps. You can probably catch the 2-minute that are valuable. That's a good one. And for reference, if no one knows what 2,400 or 3,600 is, that has been my bottoming target for Bitcoin going back 4, 5, 6 months now. Going back 4, 5, 6 months. So if we rhyme with the 2014 market, the 2013 market, and most of the prior runs, that was my general range for an ultimate capitulation low. Yeah, so there's a lot of talk about the ETF coming up. Someone had an ETF question. I think I breezed over it, just kind of scrolling through the chat here. Everyone thinks that... So here's the thing with news, guys. Everyone thinks that Bitcoin is going to do this or do that based on something, right? So let's go ahead and look at some of these events. It was January, what's the Chinese New Year? January 17th or something right here. Boom, that was going to be the bottom of Bitcoin, if you remember that. We had, what was the next big news event after that was really supposed to make, it was the Bitcoin Consensus Conference. I don't know where that was, and just for good measure, I'll call it here. Okay, I don't know where it was, but let's just say it was here. That worked out really well. You know, so there's all these events that people are deeming as somehow important to the price of Bitcoin, when the only thing that the Bitcoin price cares about is actual buying. Okay, so if everyone knows about this Bitcoin ETF ruling that's coming up, and they think it's going to bounce, why wouldn't you buy based off of that news? Why wouldn't it be moving already? Are they all going to wait for the confirmation for the Bitcoin ETF before they buy? What would be the reasoning for that? Why would everyone in the world wait for the ETF news? If everyone knows it's coming, why would you wait? Why wouldn't you buy now because a big bounce is coming? Why wouldn't you do that? Well, the reason you're not doing it is the reason why everyone and their mother's not doing it, is because buying on news is a sucker's way to lose money. Okay, there's a saying in the market: buy the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Now, one reason for this potential ETF, for this potential bounce, which could be news related, because very few bounces are, but apparently MasterCard announced that they're going to use blockchain, or they filed a patent that they're going to use blockchain to do something with settling this or that. And I got Fluxmaster with a super chat. Thank you very much, Fluxmaster. I appreciate that. So if you guys, I'm sure you guys know about that. Even I saw about it. I don't follow a lot of news, and even I caught that one. So maybe that's part of this bounce, but I kind of generally think it was the general market cycle. Markets move on group sentiment. That is why they move. Okay, don't get it twisted, guys. Bitcoin didn't go from 200 to 20,000 because of a news article. Bitcoin went from 200 to 20,000 because of group sentiment. That's why it moved. There's no other reason. There's no other reason that it moved. You can't point to me. You can say, well, Randy, Bitcoin mass adoption. Okay, it's still being mass adopted, and here's a bear market. So that negates that theory. Whatever theory you throw at me, if you have one, go ahead and throw it out. As a matter of fact, let's see if I can debunk it, and let's see if you agree. Let's see if you don't agree. You know, maybe that's something we can do. Kind of have a little bit of fun. You know, maybe if you really think most of my analysis is garbage, there you go. Here's an opportunity. Here's an opportunity to say, hey, well, this happened because of that. That happened because of this. Usually in hindsight, you can occasionally say this move happened because of that event. But it's very rare. It's very, very rare that you get the ability to do that. But forecasting and forecasting price movement based off of a potential news event in the future, absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. It's been proven time and time again that it doesn't work. Now, there are certain circumstances where that rule goes out the window. Okay? Every rule is meant to be broken, especially in the markets, ladies and gentlemen. Every rule is meant to be broken, especially in the markets. There's a few instances. Think of the stock market in earnings as a good example. Okay? Let's look at Netflix. Today was a great example, but today was a great example of market manipulation. And I wish I would have traded my thesis on this one. So this is a good, earnings are a great example of an event causing price movement. Earnings are a great example because every 4 months, or every 3 months, you get a big fundamental news event to a stock that causes something. Now, it's supposed to be under tight wraps. No one's supposed to know about it. Okay? And then eventually they announce it, and then the market's supposed to react, and then boom, there we go. Okay? But everyone knows that something is coming up. All right? But it's very, very fundamental to the company. Earnings is a great example. Here's an earnings gap. Here's an earnings gap. Here's an earnings gap. Now again, no one's supposed to know about no one's supposed to know about these news events. They're supposed to be secret. So, sometimes you don't get a crazy event, sometimes you do, okay? Bitcoin doesn't close. These are only gaps because the stock market closes. Bitcoin never closes. This market never closes, okay? So you don't really get gaps. But because it never closes, you don't have the opportunity to really kind of FUD the news and work it in your momentum direction. It literally takes money to move the markets. And so unless you're willing to pay up or pay down for it 24 hours a day, it's really hard to kind of FUD the markets in that manner. What we're talking about is the Bitcoin ETF that is supposed to take Bitcoin to the moon and change the game in terms of the price of Bitcoin, right? Because when that news story hits, guys, boom, bull market, moonshot and Lambos for everyone, bring the hookers and the blow, right? That's exactly what's supposed to happen. I'll take the opposite side of that bet every single time. I'll take the opposite bet of that every single time, okay? Every single time. Fair says the daily candle closes at 5 p.m. Absolutely, but that's not what I'm referring to. The stock market closes every day in my time zone at 1 o'clock. At 1 p.m. every day. at 1 p.m. every single day. Another super chat by Dark Flame. Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. So the stock market closes every single day at 1 p.m. You have yourself about, what is it? It's open for 6.5 hours, so extrapolate that math. You have this long to play with the market, then it opens again. Okay, Bitcoin doesn't do that. Sure, the daily candle closes. Obviously, the candle closes, but the market itself never closes to trading. So you never have these gap opportunities. There's never a point of manipulation that you can do that. So Dark Flame does have a question this time. Thank you, my friend. What do you think of Coinbase's tweet on the 13th about adding a few new coins? You excited? It's about time. I am excited about them adding some new coins. Coinbase, I believe, is an important platform. They are a platform that will harness a lot of institutional money. So I do view them. I do view them as an important exchange, probably one of the most important exchanges, because they're really gearing their platform towards institutional money. It's a great business decision when you think about it. I mean, Binance is making a crap ton of money. Don't get me wrong. I mean, man, if we had Binance money, I mean, who the hell needs anything else? But Coinbase is trying to be like the institution's gateway into cryptocurrency, and I think in the long run that's going to pay them a lot of dividends. So them adding coins is very exciting. I don't have any opinions outside of that, though. I think it's good overall for the crypto space that they add more coins. I mean, come on, a crypto exchange with 4 coins, that's ridiculous. I think that's just ridiculous, to be quite frank with you. But, you know, I don't think it has anything, you know, we saw a little bit of pump. We saw a little pump off of the news there. But that was about it. We saw a little pump, and, I mean, anyway. Yeah, I don't put a lot into it. I don't put a lot into it. But I think it is cool. I think it's cool they're finally expanding. I think they should have, you know, 10, 20 coins at a minimum. You know, all the bigger, all the better quality coins I think they should have in their platform. Because they're really trying to be the premium trading service, if you will. Ferris says, smash the like button, guys. Absolutely smash the like button. Please do so, and do so right now. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you very much for being here today. 47 minutes into the stream. Let me see if we have 100 likes. If I don't have 100 likes, I'm going to go back to talking about BitConnect. Let's go see. I'm going to actually view myself in real time. 76 likes? You guys suck. All right, I'm going back to talking about BitConnect till we get 100 likes. 70, 80 now. Okay. Guy, I don't ask for much, guys, but just hit a like button. Click the freaking thumbs up. 171 people watching, 80 likes. So you should have heard me talking to a buddy of mine, Eli. He's not up. He's probably sleeping right now. He lives on the East Coast. He's in the power hour too. 95. We're getting there, guys. Thank you very much. What's up, Ian? XLM. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at XLM. I gave him such a hard time about a position he took. I was basically on chat yelling at him. 105. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys clicking a mouse button. That was very generous of you, and quite literally the least you could do. But it's all good. This is YouTube. That's all I can ask, guys, is a good like. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Really do. Really do. Helps the video get spread around, and keeps me interested in posting to YouTube. So that's all good. XLM, Ian Terry, absolutely. You didn't even have to ask about the super chat. Ask without the super chat and I would have done it, but thank you very much. Okay, so this is XLM against US dollar. This is XLM against US dollar. And, oh, 1 dislike. I'm leaving. I get a dislike. Better than most of my videos. Yeah, nice volume in XLM. Good movement there. It did move. This is based off of the Coinbase announcement. Good volume there. This is on Bittrex. Let's look at, you know, I don't think I have it. You found me on Steemit? Yeah, my half post. I don't even know if I have a post on Steemit. I'm not good in text, guys. I'm not good in text. I really struggle with that. I don't think in our Power Hour spreadsheet I have XLM at all, which is interesting. Had you at hookers and blow. Guys, if you can't have fun, what's the point of being here, okay? If you join my channel, my chat, you're going to have some fun. You're going to learn something. You're probably going to make some money. And all I got to say is the real crypto community is awesome. That's all I got to say. You guys rock. You guys in the community, all you guys are good. All you guys do good stuff. All you guys do good stuff. That's all I got to say. You guys keep me real. You guys keep me real and keep me honest. I appreciate that. All you guys, I really do. I appreciate you guys, you know, I appreciate your faith in me, and I appreciate you guys being here every day. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's really just a phenomenal thing. For a guy that's been doing market analysis for so long, and to find that people appreciate your analysis, it's really cool. It's really cool. Anyway, sorry, I'm kind of getting a little misty, if you will. Not really misty, but a little misty. A little misty. Chazzer found me on Backpage. I thought I deleted that, but apparently I did not. Apparently I did not. Okay, we'll talk about XLM. Tom Bradley, a repost about power 2 hour. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Let's go ahead and look at this Lumens chart. So this is XLM against the dollar, just rocketing straight up. Let's look at it against Bitcoin. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little less bullish. Okay, so against it, I mean, it's going up in a little bit declining volume, but staying steady. So there's some accumulation. I would anticipate, and I think I said this in the power hour, XLM may be one of the coins to be listed on Coinbase because it's a very, very valid coin, guys. XLM had a huge run. I mean, it had the huge run here, and then everyone and their mother forgot about it. No one thinks it exists anymore, but it is a very valid network, very valid coin, been here for a long time, and I would anticipate this to get listed. It should be one of the ones, in my opinion, and not that that really means anything, but it's having a good rally here as expected. Look at all this green volume, guys. Just tons. Every rally in XLM just gets bought. No one's really selling their XLM coins. Very, very little distribution here. So let's go down to the 2 hour and see what we have. So we talked about this in the power hour of the Coinbase. We didn't really hawk on XLM, though. We probably should have done it more, to be honest with you. We should have put it on our charts. It's not in here at all, is it? Yeah, so in the power hour, we follow all of these coins here, some of them better than others, but we try to breeze through them as much as we possibly can, but I don't think we have XLM in here. We don't. I thought we added that. Anyway, we did talk about it, I think, here. I think we did talk about it here, and, you know, little bit of a bull flag setup, good volume overall, still continuing. And it's a little high up here. It's gonna base up here. You have a high volume candle right here with a big wick, already indicative of a pausing candle. And coming up to this trend line probably will also prove to be resistance. So at this moment in time, I think it's gonna base. If you have a position and want to take profit up here, possibly a pretty good idea. But these bases have been really minute. It's just been rocketing higher. So we could get a little base and it still could continue higher. But again, like with Bitcoin, I think we need some more information right now. You can't make too many decisions off of one candle. That's a little difficult. So that's the dollar. Let's get to Bitcoin and take a look at it against Bitcoin. That looks horrible. I'm not going to use that chart. I don't like that chart. Still a Bitcoin Binance. See what we get out of that one. That looks a little better. That looks a little better. So again, XLM against Bitcoin, still having relative strength to Bitcoin, up about 5%, behaving very well. Anytime you have something that's working really well against the dollar, it's going to work pretty good against Bitcoin, especially if Bitcoin's in a bull run. So here looking pretty good. Breaking out of this level probably is barely still, wrong tool there, probably barely still buyable. About 2% up, maybe buyable still, may still be buyable. That's kind of your breakout level. If you were really hawking the chart, you probably would have got involved down here above these lows or on the break of this trend line right there. And then volume came in here a little aggressively. Nope, actually that was low volume. Okay, so this up thrust was lower volume, so maybe you would have waited for this, I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks like it's still kind of going. No super high volume yet. Everything's looking pretty good in XLM. Like I said, against the dollar, looks like it'll probably base a little bit. But if Bitcoin falls at all, this probably will continue rallying. And then what was the other one we were going to? Oh, Power BTC, yeah. So Power is one we do talk about in the Power Hour here. And we've been actually tracking this declining trend line on these 2 points here. We haven't talked about it much in the past couple of days. There's been a lot going on with Bitcoin and a lot of other coins. Actually, we've been having a hard time getting through all the coins and all the spreadsheet on the coins. There's a lot of coins to go through. But Power looking pretty good here, stopping, looks like at least pausing at these prior highs right here. Let's kind of back out here, see what we can ascertain. Good, nice curving action there. If we can get a nice pause here, we'll maybe have enough momentum to continue going higher there. Going to the daily, a bit of a double bottom action here. It's a bit, yeah, it's probably not a real double bottom. It's too big and wide and loose. But Power looking okay. Not my favorite coins. Other coins I like much better than Power. But Power looking okay. Not my favorite. Extreme Stream. That's right, Ethan. An Extreme Stream. An Extreme Stream. Thanks, Tom. Love you too, guys. Okay. Verge next move to get into Brazzers payments. So actually, we've been looking at Verge is actually at the top of our screen here. And for one specific reason, Verge has these insane pumps that it does from time to time. And it's been doing this curling action coming into the lows here near the prior low. And we're kind of looking at this for a little bit of a hodl for a potential 100+% trade. You know, these lows have been getting shallower and shallower and not really getting a lot of volume coming in here, but it has been pausing and not really moving lower in any significant amount. So we've been looking at Verge. I haven't put a position on it, but there is a possibility that Verge could be good for a longer term hold for a few 100%. That's the reason why we've been kind of interested in Verge. You can see here it pops up, retraces, pops up, retraces. Probably will pop up again, and then we'll have to see at what particular point is that going to retrace. So does it pop all the way up here and give you 127%? That one's not too bad. I don't mind 127% potential trade right there. And that's only to this trend line. If it breaks the trend line, if the market stays good, could be even better. But you never do know. Never can count those chickens before they hatch. So is what it is there. All right, could we look at? Let's see what else I got. Could we look at ETP? I got in at 176. I think we have ETP here on the spreadsheet. Yep, there it is, ETP. Yeah, so this one, you know, I don't know exactly what's going on with ETP, but we first caught wind of it after this big pump right here, and we've kind of been on top of this thing. You know, I really haven't been playing it. Oh, it actually popped. It actually popped today. Is that today? 1600. Yeah, that's about 4 o'clock today. So it broke our buy point here. I've been too busy looking at Bitcoin. Everyone's looking at Bitcoin, but you can see here it popped. You've been looking at this level. The volume came in, so a good pop, consolidating higher. You know, ETP. This is a daily chart of ETP, guys. This is a daily chart. Look at how beautiful this looks. Very nice, coming off of a low level consolidation, higher volume, bouncing out, very aggressive. This is up over 100%, 150% now. Very aggressive coin, looking very, very healthy up here. It's a little long to get extended, but I think coming out of this little base here, you maybe could anticipate, if you're lucky, a measured move here out of this, if you're lucky. And that would take you up here, and even from right now, give you about a 34% move. So, you know, this coin looking very, very good. The volume is exceptional. I really do like the way this coin is behaving, and I would continue. I would expect it to continue. Definitely would expect it to continue. So, you know, and we've been looking at this for a couple of days now. It's been setting up. It did pop, and it kind of came out of nowhere. You missed kind of the big move. We looked at it here, but didn't really respect it, and then I really started respecting it right here. This is really when it went on our radar, when it formed this kind of big weird pattern here, triangle type of formation. Then a break up here, and then it threw all the way back down into here, and I think we noted that that was a good accumulation point coming back into the breakup point, and then it rallied further. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, if this is new to you, you don't know how to do this, again, I'm going to kind of, you know, tout the power hour situation. You know, we do the power hour every single day, ladies and gentlemen. You know, if you do want to learn trading in a bit more minute fashion, or if you just want someone to bounce ideas off of, this is really a great idea bouncing. You know, what do you think of this trade? What do you think about this stop? How do you think I should handle this? I'm in this position. I don't know what to do. You know, this may be something that can work for you. Try it for a month. If you don't like it, cancel it. So, but ETP, yeah, we've been looking at this thing, and I don't know what this move's coming from. I don't know where this is coming from, but it's been a great move, and it's been moving. It's been really good. So ETP, very healthy. I do like the action, and you probably still could get involved. You could have a stop here at about the 24,230 level. The stop's a little deep at about 11%. We don't like that deep of a stop, but if you have to take it, which you don't, I mean, you can let the trade slide. I've let about 8 billion trades go for one reason or another, and I really try to take the best trades in the market. This one here I wouldn't grade as the best, but you do have to respect a coin that's up 150% and forming nice bases that are pretty short. Have I looked at, Soji has Encash, please. Sure, Encash. I don't know if we have Encash. We do not have Encash. So Encash, I'm not a big fan of this. I don't like this pattern. We don't follow this in the Power Hour or on the spreadsheet. We had it at one point and I removed it. I just completely removed it from the spreadsheet. Almost 120 likes. Thanks, Ferris. Very nice. Thank you, everyone, for smashing that like button. Appreciate that. Sorry, guys. Water break. I'm going to take another drink. Water break. All right. Woo. Okay. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Nothing really healthy about this chart. Had a big pop here, came all the way back down into the lows, and was happily living lower here. So one thing you can identify about a stock chart pretty easily is what direction does it want to go in? Not to point you out, not to be mean, my friend, but this one just points lower. Tried popping. Big candle says, nope, you're going to stay down here. Tried having a little bounce right there. Nope, you're going to go down here. And then tried bouncing there. So I'm not a big fan of this. I don't like anything that lives lower like this. I like things that point up and tend to go higher. You know a coin that I was very shocked that is looking like complete trash is VeChain. We had kind of the sickle pattern drawn. It was kind of a curve down on both sides. And man, this thing is just extraordinarily weak. And I don't keep up with the news that much. I'm really a chart guy, but I have no idea why this is so bearish. VeChain, everyone seems to love VeChain, but no one wants to buy VeChain. So, do you love something that isn't being purchased? Do you love something that isn't being purchased? This is a good example of that. How much money do you want to lose? How much money do you want to lose before you realize your coin's a piece of garbage? And I want to point out one thing to you guys in terms of coins being a piece of garbage. Pretty much everything on this list is garbage. Just so you know. I really just want to make that clear. Everything on here is garbage except for probably Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'm actually going to say Bitcoin Cash. I'm actually going to say Bitcoin Cash because it moves almost in lockstep with Bitcoin. That's the only reason why I say that. I don't care one way or the other in terms of the technology, but yeah, I would say pretty much everything on here is garbage. So if something is not moving and not working for you, please don't hodl it. Please don't hodl it. That's all I gotta say. It can be very detrimental. It definitely can be very detrimental if you're hodling it. So I would, yeah, don't love anything, especially in the cryptocurrency space. Bcash, please. So Bitcoin Cash looks exactly like Bitcoin, and I traded exactly like Bitcoin, and that's pretty much how that goes. So let's go to cryptos. Here's Bitcoin, and here's Bitcoin Cash. The charts do look a little bit different. I will give you that. But when Bitcoin rallies, Bitcoin Cash rallies only harder. All right, so just so you guys know, what's up, Paul? They're all garbage in terms of fitness, fitness for purpose, in my humble opinion. I absolutely agree with you, Paul. I mean, pretty much Bitcoin and Ethereum are probably the two you can say have some kind of utility. Probably some of the transactional coins too, right, Paul? But I mean, past that, in terms of like marketability, usability, darn it, the word's escaping me right now. But like you said, purpose, for the fitness of purpose, pretty much all, even Ethereum is pretty much garbage. I mean, really, when you think about it, but it is being used. So anyway, they're all tradable assets, guys. Treat them as such. But yeah, so Bitcoin Cash moving in concert with Bitcoin, very good volume. I really like this volume. Okay, I really like this volume. So, very good. So Bitcoin moving kind of in lockstep with Bitcoin Cash, but in some circumstances, you can see here Bitcoin showing more relative strength in the second pump. You can see Bitcoin with a much longer line there than Bitcoin Cash. So that was a surprise to me. Actually, I was fully invested in Bitcoin Cash, and then I actually, based on the general strength in Bitcoin, about halfway up through this pump or somewhere, I forget where, I actually split it and went back half into Bitcoin, half Bitcoin Cash. So that's how my Bitcoin positions are traded right now. You're welcome, Philippe. You're welcome. Enigma, can't look at ontology. Yes, I'll look at a few of these real quick. I really didn't like the look in ontology. Hey, what's up, Secret? $5. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate that. Always do. I appreciate it when you appreciate me. That really feels good, be quite honest with you. What was I looking at? Oh, yeah. Ontology. Haven't been a fan of ontology. It's just rolling over, guys. When a coin fails to stand up for you, we're basically in a room with 1,600 chairs, each one being a cryptocurrency. When Bitcoin rallies, it's like, the president walking into the room, and ontology didn't stand up. So I would not be involved with ontology right now. It's proving that it doesn't want to go higher, so I would just let it be. Place an alert at the 54.60 level if you really want to. Past that, I really wouldn't be doing much with it. Nano TA, absolutely. Let's take a look at Nano. We have Nano down here. Nano is a coin that has been going lower for quite some time, and it did have this rounding pattern. We have been noticing that. Also, it has an inverted head and shoulders, an inverted head and shoulders pattern, which we noticed was going right in line with Bitcoin. It was pretty much rhyming with Bitcoin and said it may go as Bitcoin goes up. So it did go up a little bit here, but not much. So to be honest with you, I'm not sure if this is really a valid inverted head and shoulders. It looks very valid in terms of the price action. The volume is kind of in the wrong places, but it's still pretty good. The break of this neckline to the upside here, good volume, but the price action not very healthy. So I don't know if I'd be really involved in Nano right now. There's a lot of other coins doing much better things than Nano is. So until Nano can have a much bigger pump, I would probably just be avoiding it right now. And the other thing with Nano, if you look at it on the daily, it's one of the few coins that has just shown a tremendous amount of pressure to the downside. Most coins haven't had a low and continuous lower lows. This is all-time lows, and it may seem cheap, but it can get cheaper. So, I would rather get with something that has more upside momentum than sticking with a laggard. So you have leaders and you have laggards. I avoid laggards pretty much at all costs. ZRX doing nice things. Can I look at US dollar tether? You know what? I don't. Let's just do this. Let's take a look at US dollar tether on this chart. All right, there you go. I like that. I like that chart. So this is usually what I do with US dollar tether. It's sitting here at like number 10. I'm like, ooh, it's kind of down. You probably should sell some tether, and that basically means go buy some cryptocurrency when tether's negative and the rest of cryptos are positive. So should be involved in cryptocurrencies, not having too much in tether, I think, at this moment in time. Talking about ZRX, yeah, let's talk a little bit about ZRX. Very good price action coming off of the Coinbase announcement. I thought it was probably the best price action. Then XLM today proving me wrong. XLM having the best price action in terms of the Coinbase announcement. There we go. I think this was the Coinbase announcement right here. It already had this pump, and then we had the Coinbase announcement. We did this, but XLM, man, really just rocketing. XLM really rocketing here. This is all off the Coinbase announcement. Really having a much better move overall, up 22% than ZRX. Where's ZRX? Took my glasses off for a second and I lost it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here in a little bit, probably about 5 or 10 minutes. Get your last minute questions in. If I failed to answer your question, I apologize. There's lots going on here, so please repost it if it's of utmost importance to you. Come on, I just had it. Where is it? There it is. ZRX. I just saw it. ZRX. There we go. ICX BTC Mohammed. Absolutely, we'll get to that. But yeah, so ZRX here looking pretty healthy, consolidating. There's a trend line right here. Basically, it's a bull flag situation, if you will, right there. I think a move over these highs at 17.8, 25 will probably do the body good, and hopefully volume can come in. Good declining volume here on this most recent action. Looks pretty good to me. Nothing's broken here, so still in the bull flag is good, but you really want a breakout to take you out of this. Tyler asked about NEO. You know what? Man, NEO was really outperforming. We were really looking at NEO. So if you guys remember this inverted head and shoulders play, NEO hit that target. There's another one here, and that target was hit again. We talked about this in the power hour. Not as much as I probably should have on this base, but yeah, so this one worked out really well. Had a huge pop in NEO. Great volume. Retraced. We talked about possibly buying down on the retrace. Then it popped again. And sitting here in a little bull flag situation. NEO's looking really good. I was not happy overall with the NEO chart for the longest time. And you can even ask the guys, even if it was up here, I'm like, yeah, this is garbage. Then it formed the rounding bottom with the inverted head and shoulders looking much healthier. And it's one of the better coins in the market right now from a price action perspective, in my opinion. So NEO looking very healthy. I wouldn't arbitrarily go all in at this particular point in time. But you can definitely buy on the breakouts from these little mini bases. But I wouldn't go in full positions. I would go in smaller positions because it is a little high from the breakout point. ICX. Let's get to Mohammed's ICX. I don't think we have this in the spreadsheet. Or did we re-add it? No, we removed it as a matter of fact. A long time ago. Not quite sure why it's not back yet. Oh, I do have it. Okay, there it is. Never mind, I do have ICX. Oh yeah, so ICX breaking down from this big bear flag, not having super healthy action down here. So let's kind of really back out, get you the bigger picture. Let's look at the daily chart. So you can see there we're undercutting the lows. Happy living lower, not my cup of tea. Still hasn't broken this long-term trend line. We've had this drawn for quite some time in Icon, even before this bear flag, as a matter of fact. I mentioned it's really in a well-defined downtrend. Don't get healthy in Icon until it really breaks that trend, or you get a really super low point. Like you see here, it really came down. Well, you can't have this trend line with the second point here and have it here. But the whole point is that unless you have like a big deep recovery, something like this, you can't get super excited about Icon until it breaks this trend line. Crowns Crypto Cave, what's up, buddy? How are you? You know, you're still able to come in the Slack chat room. I haven't removed your credentials yet. You can still come in and say what's up every once in a while. So you can still do that. You can still do that. It's cool. I won't mind. I won't mind. They do talk about you in some of your videos in the chat room there, so not like you're forgotten. But before you go back, I will definitely go back and delete all the crap I've been talking about you for the past month. Just give me a chance to do that first, okay? Just give me a chance to do that. Litecoin, please. Absolutely, that's a good point. We have not talked about Litecoin. Definitely have not talked about Litecoin. Interested in Ven BTC, Ben? I think we already discussed Ven having a horrible chart pointing lower. I do not get involved in these situations, Ben. This is failing to move with the rest of the market. Avoid this at all costs. If you want to watch the chart, that's fine, but I would not put money to work. ENG BTC, I think we have that lower here. Oh, all the way down at the bottom. Looks like someone asked about this. So ENG had a huge symmetrical triangle and it completely failed that. Failing to go higher on much volume, I would not be interested in this. I would look for a much stronger coin. That's okay, Ben. Don't worry about it. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Sorry if you think that. Not the intent at all, but just for other people that maybe want to rewind or review it or something. But that's the gist of it. Ven looks like trash right now. Ven looks like it looks like a $100 bill that's on fire with a blowtorch is what it looks like. You kind of want to pick it up, but you're probably going to get burned. ENG, like I said, oh, this is a daily. Okay, let's go to the 2 hour. Let's go to the 2 hour. There we go. So a little bull flag on the 2 hour. Looks like it's slowly stair-stepping its way up above the 200 period moving average here, as I have in this dark purple. Don't worry about this thing. It's just experimental. It's okay. Not my favorite. There's some other coins I like better, but it could get some. If it gets good volume, it can have some good pumps. But you know, it's not really running too much with the market. It's not really running too much with the market. All right, so Stratwer says the only two cryptocurrency market analysts I pay attention to, chat should follow both Randy and Crown. So there you go. Yeah, Crown's got his own channel if you want to check it out. Unfortunately, Crown, I don't really watch your channel, but I really enjoy your analysis when you're in the Slack chat room, so I'm pretty sure your videos are just as good. To Mushin, 26 Mushin, I'm sorry. Just wanted to thank you for following from Israel for a while now and like your take on things. Looking forward to your videos. Thank you very much, 26. I appreciate that. ADA and WAN as well, Ben. We really haven't. We really haven't. It's been kind of hit and miss in terms of the altcoins. Look at ADA real quick. Yeah, it looks like it popped above our potential buy point. One of our members, Christina, talked about a potential Adam and Eve pattern here in Cardano. Looks like that is playing out right now. Good volume action. I would actually anticipate. Let me rephrase that. This is probably still buyable, but barely at about 2% up. This actually does look like a very valid it's an Adam and Eve pattern. Good volume on the breakout. ADA looks like a go even from here. I think it looks like a go. So you can probably take that pattern. Your stop, unfortunately, down here about 9% to a good stop. So you may want to give it that width, that depth, but it looks like it could get going again. Good reversal pattern here. And good volume on the breakout. That looks really good. And we covered WAN in the power hour this morning, and it looked like garbage. Let's see if that's changed. Oh, you know what? I take that back. WAN was looking like garbage. Then it put in this little rounded bottom over the past 2 days. Looking a little healthier. Nice volume on the up thrust here earlier in the day. Looking pretty good, actually. Not looking too bad. It went down to the 15-minute for some reason. Don't remember hitting the button, but I did. And looks like WAN kind of forming a cup type of a pattern here, and we'll kind of see how that goes. So looking pretty good here. Actually, not too bad. I would like a consolidation. It probably will consolidate as it gets up towards these highs, as things tend to do. This, in my opinion, would be your breakout level. I wouldn't be arbitrarily buying here. So 38.80 level in WAN appears to be the breakout point in this moment in time. If we saw it a little bit earlier, we could have talked about this declining trend line, and that would have been your breakout point. Already up 8% from that. Not looking super healthy. Not looking super healthy. All right, and yeah, Mushan, if you guys if you guys don't know, I do have a power hour. Sorry guys, I do kind of have to talk about my power hour every little bit, I guess. Otherwise, why the heck am I here? Yeah, so every day we talk the markets, Mushan, every single day. Maybe a little bit out of your time zone. It's about 4 a.m. UTC, which I'm not sure what that would be Israeli time, but it's probably in the late evening for you over there. Basically 12 hours from now, whatever that is for you, it starts about 10 hours from now. I'll basically be starting the power hour. And, we go over the markets every single day, answer all the questions. We talk about position sizing. We did basically 2 days of psychology recently, which was a lot of fun. And all the videos are recorded. You can go back and view them whenever you want. We have all the videos in the power hour going back all the way back. I've got some notes as far as what's in a few of them for the more pertinent ones that weren't super actionable that day. So, yeah, feel free to check that out. And it's a good time. Look at XRP on BitMEX. I'll be liquidated at 7036. Do you think it'll survive the night? Good, actionable question there, Stonger. Probably will want to Coinigy it. And let's go to XRP. XRP, GDAX. Where the heck is it? I don't see Okay, are my eyes just gone or what? What the heck's going on here? Okay, I guess I don't know the symbol for XRP on GDAX. Apparently it doesn't start with an X because I don't have anything. It's not freaking GDAX, you idiot. It's BitMEX. Okay. For some reason, I always get them confused. Don't ask me why. I have no rationale for that. But sometimes I get them confused. 736. You have a short? I'm assuming you're saying a short there, Stonger? 7307. Oh no, it's a long. It's a long 7036. I transposed the numbers. Let's go to the 2 hour. 7036. I don't know why that's so weak. Sorry, Jamie, not going to put up with any political stuff like that in here. I don't want to start any fights. So we've got, yeah, it's long. That's a pretty low stop. I don't know if I don't think you'll be stopped out. I mean, I think XRP would have to have Bitcoin would probably have to have a pretty big run for that to happen. And I don't know if it's going to get that overnight. It's hard. I mean, it's hard to say, but this chart is in kind of a perpetual downtrend. So, I mean, it's possible it could break, but I'm not really super well, keep in mind also, Stonger, anytime you're in BitMEX, you're trading against Bitcoin. Okay, so if Bitcoin's strong, that means this chart's going to go down. All right, so maybe there's a little bit, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you understand that by now, but it's, yeah, I wouldn't be just arbitrarily long XRP, to be quite frank with you. I'd much rather be arbitrarily long Bitcoin than I would XRP at this particular moment in time. Top 5 long hodl coins, J Crypto Hodl says, and Ben's right, I'm a chartist. I don't necessarily hodl. However, I don't think hodling is bad, to be quite frank with you. Now, it's a kind of a very long conversation. I've really thought of doing a video, and I should have done it about 4 or 5 months ago, about hodling versus trading. Okay, I should have done the hodling versus trading video. I've never done it. I don't know why. I don't have a good excuse. But I think if you've got Bitcoin at 500, you can hodl it. I think if you got Bitcoin at 1,000, you can hodl it. I don't think you can hodl Bitcoin from 20,000, from 15,000, from 10,000 even. I don't think you can hodl Bitcoin 10,000. Not at these price levels. So that's kind of my general stance on hodling. But you know, if you've got something from a really good price point and the market is in a general uptrend, I think hodling's fine. I think hodling's perfectly fine. Now, that being said, if you're holding Bitcoin from any of those levels prior to 2017 and you hit 20,000, I think you sell. You sell above 15,000, absolutely. And then you try to reaccumulate at a lower level. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Just a couple more minutes. Any last-minute questions that you guys are really, really dying to ask, I'll let you get in. But other than that, I'm going to get out of here. Bitcoin looks like it's, again, not giving you a chance to get in. Remember, a little while ago, I said this may be your chance to get into Bitcoin. Maybe correct? that may have been correct. You know, most pullbacks are, this one was bought up egregiously. Look at the volume there. So, Jamie says, I'm being serious, not sarcastic. I'm wondering how backdooring all computer programs and systems is political. It just leads into an argument that has no winner, to be quite frank with you. And we don't need to have that kind of conversation here today. If you guys want to have a conversation, we can do a different live stream. But I don't want to open any Pandora's boxes with anyone, because then anyway, it just gets weird. But anyway, there was, you're all in on MFT. Why would you do that? So MFT was something that we watched in the Power Hour. We used it as an example of how to trade an ICO. And actually, I don't think we looked at it today. But, so this is what we did with MFT. Okay, we had basically an alert set. Come on. So we had an alert set up here. We were looking at it over here. It came down and put in lows. It put in a higher low here. Went sideways. We put an alert level right here. It triggered the alert here. I actually took a position, and then I exited on this breakdown up here. All right, and we actually walked through this trade with one of our Power Hour members, Permahoy, who if he's still here, I forget the handle that you have, but if he's still here, we walked through the trade that he did off of the stuff he learned in the Power Hour and through watching my videos, and traded very good trade, very good, excellent trade. From here on out, what we have here is a low situation. Okay, what we have here is a low situation, and we're getting low volume. It's going to take a while for this to play itself out. If this low holds, okay, all is probably fine. If this low breaks, you probably need to exit that position. Down about 8% from here, but you probably should exit that position if this low breaks. Okay, trading an ICO, there's very specific ways to do it. There's a few very specific ways to trade ICOs that I've found to be successful, and one of them is not blindly holding and or buying and holding. Okay, it leads to arbitrary selling at inopportune locations, and then you get kind of screw with the whole entire thing. So, best of Upham, I will answer your question, my friend. I think you probably just joined the stream. I've seen you've been posting a couple. I did notice you in here. For some reason, your thing looks like Hulk Hogan, and I always see it and think of Hulk Hogan, but I know it's not Hulk Hogan. Is the bounce promising any probability for a shift in market condition? Okay, you reposted the same question. So, okay, there is a possibility for shift in market condition. We talked about this a little bit earlier. I'll go over it again briefly. Where's my Bitcoin chart? Where's my Bitcoin chart? So I'm going to answer this question, then I'm going to bounce, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me today. If you are still with me, I appreciate that through the whole stream. You guys are troopers. Been at about an hour and a half. And been fun. So let's get to Bitcoin one last time. So there is a possibility for a change in trend here. There is a possibility. My thesis right now is that is not the case. We will reverse at some particular point in time. Really, to get a bigger, broader explanation, watch my last video there, Upham. Go ahead and watch my last video. It's about 15. It's a pretty long video, but I go pretty in depth, more than I'm going to be able to do here today or right now. But the general thesis is, if volume can remain high and price can remain steady, and if we get bullish patterns as we get higher, or a really nice longer consolidation, then I'm going to get more bullish than bearish. If, however, we see some topping action up here, then I will most definitely start flipping my positions and probably shorting at that particular moment in time. But, you know, that price action hasn't happened yet. Right now, we just need more information. The market now looks bullish, does not look bearish, and you kind of have to go with that. So while I do have an expectation for bearishness in the future, I'm just going with the market, guys, and that's what I do. So, guys, appreciate you being here. Thank you for appreciate you for being here. Thank you very much for joining me. Check out the Power Hour if you guys don't. You know, it does help support me and the channel. And you know, guys, Power Hour is good. Everyone you know, I don't have any complaints in the Power Hour. There are people that have canceled, obviously, but I've really had no complaints. Not one complaint for the Power Hour. So check it out if you guys want to know some more in-depth information about trading, how to trade your style, how to help you guys succeed. It's not about me talking. I really enjoy the questions that people ask there. So blah, blah, blah. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy your night and be safe. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you next time.